part 2 of the Troon Trade Tuesday video. I still, at this point, don't know whether I'll get time to edit the whole thing, so this will probably still be out tonight, but might be an hour later or something like that. I was actually thinking about it. I might actually get twice as many views as if I put it out in 2 parts. That could be an interesting little, to help my algorithm run. Not really sure how it works. I buy this every time I'm in that shop as well. This stuff really good, apart from it's really, you can't drink more than 1 can of it in a day, otherwise you start feeling funny. There's something in it. I remember, should I really tell that story? I'll tell the story, why not? Me and my dad went to a boat show on Loch Lomond, and all the boats they had were, not all of them, they had several boats at hundreds of thousands of pounds. And this shop, Prosser's, used to invite me and my dad, because Dad bought a boat there one year, and we turned up and just basically cheapened the whole place. Everyone was there with our other Douglas Gill sailing stuff, you know, at the Cameron House Marina, which is very nice. And we had, they were giving out free champagne, Moet Chandon, nonetheless. So I was driving, so I was like, Dad, just get tanked into the champagne, see how many you can get. So I think we managed to get, I don't know, 3 glasses each. Something like that, by walking around the block and, you know, just going and getting more free champagne. I never drank any of it, I just gave it to my dad, so he was pretty much pickled. And I had a bottle that, there was at one time Home Bargains were doing this in bottles, so it was like a 750ml bottle, and we were getting out and we were trying to go, and Dad managed to get another 2 glasses of champagne. So Dad's beer, 2 glasses of champagne, I put them into this plastic bottle. So it's like the owner of Prosser's drove past, like walked past when he was with a customer or something like that, and we were out in the car and Dad's sitting there pouring 2 glasses of Moet Chandon champagne into a plastic energy drink container. We never got invited back. I don't know if that was maybe something to do with it. Anyhow, enough blabbing. Rock on. Rocking. So I'll catch you once I've got to Troon and maybe get some beach shots. Something like that. Didn't really bring, I don't actually have a guitar on me. Maybe I'll play, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get to play the bass on the beach. Oh, I don't have my wee amp, my house amp, my car amp. That's stuff which I actually took in from the car because I was going to paint it. Basically I was going to stick an Iron Brew sticker on it to make it an Iron Brew amp, because it's already been painted orange. But I haven't done that yet. Rock on, see you in Troon. Troon! Hey, I'm in Troon. I've done the deal. Lovely guy. He's been watching my videos since I had 50 subs apparently, so it's quite an achievement in itself. Hi Andy, I went and got myself a poke of chips. So I'm basically parked the car over there, and I'm going to walk down onto what I assume is the beach, and then walk around the corner. Should be quite nice. Very nearly bought people there. Very nearly bought a kebab in that shop. I said, you can't buy a kebab at lunchtime, so I didn't. Oh, keep going this way. Troon's quite a big beachy thing. Very. All these wee seaside places kind of look similar. Kind of reminds me very much of Millport. Probably because Millport's probably only about 10 mile away. Yeah, I could totally see myself living in a place like this. I'm sure Civic would love it, in a country bumpkin. Yeah. So another wee bit, I think that looks a bit like a... I'm thinking over there looks like something. Obviously finding the car's not going to be that easy. What am I looking at here? Is this outdoor running machines? Do these things, does such a thing exist? It clearly does. Yeah. Crazy golf. smells seasidey. So there you go, troon. Yeah, if I could be bothered, I'd jump down there and go and sit on those rocks for my chips. I might just get a car. Yeah. Interesting. So I reckon that's the sea, and that's the land. Not really sure what that's called. Is that Irvine? Maybe something like that down here. I really haven't smelt the great rotting seaweed smell for a while. Kind of adds to the flavour of the chips, I think. Yeah, so I'll talk more in the car on the way back up. In fact, as soon as I bought chips, I might be able to just eat them while I'm driving. I'd kind of like to get back up the road and see if I can get this video uploaded tonight, which means I don't need to do another video today. Plenty to talk about. Yeah. It's kind of what I need to do is I need to next time I'm out in my boat, whenever that happens, I'm going to go. There's a couple of great beachcombing beaches on Loch Fyne where all the rubbish from the loch is drawn up, and I'd quite like trying to get things that I can pick up in that sort of place to put on guitars. Like, see if I can make something, make a scratch plate or a bridge out of something I found floating. That'd be cool. It's actually pretty warm considering it's quite overcast. The lovely golden sand. There's sandy over there. Black stuff must just be. Right, I definitely recognise this thing that says South Beach Kiosk. I think my car's just behind that. I do feel a bit crazy talking to myself here. Yeah, we're up on the road. It doesn't really show you exactly where I am with this map. I'm there. It doesn't really show me what is out there. I think that's still Scotland though. I take it. Nah, it's not Ireland. It's further away than that. Is Ireland from here? It's amazing how you can just go a couple of miles down the beach and then down the road, and then sometimes I just don't know where I am at all. It's going to be a fun drive back up the road. I'm just going to head north and hopefully I'll just end up at home. I didn't look up any maps to get from Andy's house to here, or Andrew, I can't remember what his name is now, Andy's house. I just kind of followed my nose a little bit. So there's a mighty panda. Yeah. This would be the sporting version because it's got alloy wheels and it says sporting there. It's got roof bars and a leather steering wheel. And I keep getting beat. Back in, I suppose, before I sit down. I got quite a smorgasbord of stuff. I gave the guy a couple of t-shirts and I got this base, which is I don't know what that headstock is. It's kind of like, it looks like it's had a single jazz bass pickup in it at some point. It's made in Japan though, well, Japanese. And they gave me a box of goodies as well. Look, pink pickups. So don't be surprised if you see a guitar coming out with pink pickups or pink pickup covers and various bits and bobs. I just hope he doesn't regret giving me these things, because these are the sort of things that I often got. You know, it's. I'm going to take my jacket off. Parts they can sit in. I need to turn the engine on so I can get the steering wheel around. Right. Yeah. So the thing about having annoying parts is they can sit in my parts box for 5 years, never use them. Then I think, right, sod it. I'll just put it on eBay and sell it for a tenner, and then 2 weeks later I get the thing that needs those parts. So Andy, if you need any of these parts back, I'll post them to you if you suddenly just realise, oh, I had whatever it was, rocking, talking en route. Yeah, well now I don't have folk watching me, looking at me. Troon is lovely. A big golfing place, I think. Don't know where I am, but I'm not really looking to try and find a paper hanky because my nose is running. You would think that I would have a paper hanky in the car. I kind of don't just want to blow it on my mask. There's a sort of horrible towel thing there. Maybe not bother. I'll stick a box of parts in the back. Oh no, lights have changed. Go. Loans. I'm pretty sure I drove past Loans on the way in. Oh, not paying attention. There we go. Oh, I know where we are now. Yeah. So hopefully I'm just going to be able to drive all the way back up. But I mean, it really is. Maybe it's just a weather thing. But everyone, when you go to a wee place like this, everyone just seems so nice and clean and sort of sleepy, I suppose. I could totally live here. Not one of, again, it's just not somewhere I really go. It's only 45 minutes drive from the house, so it's not like, really it's amazing the places you can get to if you live in Glasgow in such a short space of time. I don't think most Scottish people really appreciate that the way they should. You know, if you live in, I don't know, random city, you know, Liverpool or, you know, Birmingham or something like that, or London, you don't really have that. You can drive for half an hour, 45 minutes and be in the wilderness, which you can get here, even though this is kind of a sort of civilised bit. But I had to go over wilderness and moors to get here. I'm not recognising this at all. Oh no, Durrick has Muirhead Co-op. Saw that on the way in. Ah, we're definitely going in the right direction. Central Avenue. Yeah, so big Troon fan. I could see living here. And it's a lovely summer's day. I even noticed that the sun's not actually out. There is cloud cover. It's really warm. Really nice. And those chips are smelling fantastic. So I need to try and get rid of that box so I can get my chips on the seat. Chips on the seat. I'll give you this chip shop did sell kebabs. I even asked for a kebab, but the guy was started heating up the elephant's leg thing, and I thought, nah, it's going to be 10 minutes, plus I don't really want a sort of lukewarm kebab. If you want a kebab, you want to get it when they're doing it right. Oh, and we've got Air Glasgow, that'll do. Glasgow's where I want to go. I'll get right away at this one. In this way? I don't know. I think so. Does it really matter? I've done what I'd meant to do. I just got a message from Civic reminding me to go and buy pants as well. So I will buy pants. I had a good excuse last week for not going in. The place was absolutely packed. The Asda. Got brown sauce on the chips as well. I've recently become a bit of a chip fan. I never used to like chips. I still used to eat them occasionally. They were good when you're out in the boat and stuff like that. But A77, Urban Greenock, no, the A78. I don't remember coming in this way. I'm going to end up back at home anyway. Prestwick Airport. That looks like I want to go right here, is that right? Kilmarnock, I think I drove through Kilmarnock to get here, didn't I? So I'm going on around this roundabout here. It says Ayr. It's of course possible I'm now driving on the opposite way from being home. I don't think I went as far as Ayr, but it did say Ayr and Glasgow, so getting lost is all part of the fun. When it's a nice day and you're not in a rush, I don't really care. I'll enjoy the drive and being outside, and I got some sea air a little bit there. Prestwick Airport, Ayr, Stranraer. Right, I'm 99% sure I'm going on this road in the wrong direction. Yeah. Yep, it's a dual carriageway, so I can't turn. So basically I'm on the right road and going the wrong way. So I now need to drive along here until I find some sort of junction that I can cut off and then turn back round again, I think. Let's see if I see any signs that say Glasgow. I'm sure that sign said Glasgow. Oh, there's a roundabout. This might give me some choices. Prestwick, don't want to go there. Troon, just been there. Kilmarnock, Glasgow. Okay. That'll be fine. A77. Moncton. They should make Bucky there, a Bucky equivalent, because of the monks. Whether they do or not, that was a thing. I should have time to go in, buy pants. So I'm not sure about buying purple pants. So someone seemed to think it was funny if I bought purple pants, but I'm not sure. I think maybe she's worried that if any of the ladies see my sexy pants, she'll have a trouble, whereas if it's purple pants it's more likely to men to attract, and she's probably not that worried about that. Yeah. Not that anyone can, not that I show off my pants very often. Yeah, we're back on the run. Yeah, so that guy, Andy's lovely. What do you call it? It's his basket weaving. He's fixing up guitars, so he showed me a few good ones. I should probably have filmed it actually. They had a Jim Deacon 335 copy that looked fantastic. It really did. The big mother of pearl Jim Deacon on the headstock, blonde, really smashing looking guitar. Or maybe on the look out for one of them at some point. Somebody keeps asking me for a semi-acoustic Buckycaster, but you can't really pick up semi-acoustics cheap enough. You can't really be selling a Buckycaster at 100 quid. It's harder to try and get one for a semi-acoustic for £100 at all. Never mind, if you get one for £100 you probably have to do work to fix it up and then painting it Bucky, so it's kind of not going to happen, I don't think. I couldn't have touched that Jim Deacon one anyway. It was beautiful looking. It was well in the far too nice to Buckify section. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Squires and how there's a huge variation in quality about Squires that I don't really know that much about. I have played a couple of Squires from one era that were just atrocious guitars, plywoods and just cheap nasty. I've also had ones that were really surprisingly good. I've also had ones that had a really good neck, but everything else was awful. I think there's a whole following for Squires. If you know what it is you're looking for, you can probably get really good ones. Generally, any of the modern ones are all right. They're never absolutely amazing. Whereas I think there are earlier ones that kind of could be. Something like my Squire Bullet, which is the 14th ever Squire, 16th ever Squire. They are basically Fender Japan, so they are pure amazing. And then later on you get they still made sort of Squire Strat copies in Japan, but they were down in quality a fair bit. And then again with all these things, just because it says Japan on it doesn't mean it's a fantastic guitar. But I think they did cheap ones, they did whatever the equivalent of the Affinity series is, and then a standard series. And just because they both say Japan on it doesn't mean they're both the same guitar. Kind of regretting getting the brown sauce on these chips. It's made them very saucy, but it does taste good. They're obviously willing to pander to those on the East Coast, because in Scotland, if you didn't know, there is a point. In Glasgow it's salt and vinegar, and in Edinburgh it's salt and sauce, as in salt and brown sauce or red sauce, depending on which sauce it is you want. And in the middle there's a turnover point. I seem to remember, I think I did a video when I went to pick up the Midnight Blue Strat and it was salt and sauce. Where was that? Was that Livingston? Something like that. That was kind of more East Coasty. Bizarre. Yeah, so I'll stop talking now, try and give this a bit of a chance to upload tonight. What time is it just now? It is 3:30. I'll be home by 4:30. Have this. I might make 7 o'clock. It's possible. Rock on. Hey, I'm back. The reason I turned on here is because I'm thinking that this is a bit where you can kind of have a view of Glasgow coming in, but I seem to be going down a hill a little bit, and it's maybe not exactly the way I remember it. There's a car here keeps putting his brakes on, even though he's in the fast lane. Don't know. Bit strange. Trying to see if I do get a bit of a view. I'm kind of a bit terrified of this car in front of me. It seems to be wobbling. Oh, now it's massive accelerating. I don't. Drivers, eh? Bizarre. I think it's just round this corner you get a sort of view of Glasgow. There's a house kit. I pull in after this van. Going a little bit past for the wee panda. Like what always happens, you get a white BMW right up your ass. Want to go faster than them. I might not have got this quite right. Maybe it's a couple of bends to go. I might not bother putting this bit into the video. The speed limit is 70. I'm not driving at 55. I'll stay in this lane until those cars are around, nothing behind me. This might be the bit I'm thinking of where you can sort of see Glasgow going down the hill. Sort of. It's kind of got all the high-risey blocks in one view, sort of thing. I don't know what that big hideous concretey thing is, which you probably can't see because it's too small. There you go. What was I thinking? There. Lovely Glasgow. Glasgow, or okay, maybe not. Maybe that bit wasn't worth it. I might just cut that bit out. Depends how much time I've got. 2.5 minutes. I don't think that's going to make any difference to anything. Whether I manage to put this all in the right order. It's going to be a little bit of a rush to try and get this uploaded for 7. I should be able to get it uploaded, but it depends how quickly YouTube decides it's going to do its processing thing. Sometimes it just processes, it's like yeah, and sometimes it goes, processing will start soon, start shortly. We've noticed that you're a wee bit tight for time, so this time we're going to take an extra half hour to process it. Thanks for pulling out in front of me, Mr. Volvo. That was lovely. Made all the difference to you. Rocking. Why in the motorway does everyone seem to either want to drive below 50 or above like 80? Just, no, and see if everyone just drove between 60 and 70, you wouldn't have to bother changing lane ever. It just seems to be. That's what I've been noticing driving up the road there on the M77 at least. Just, I'm quite happy to go with the flow of the traffic, provided the speed limit's 70, so provided I'm doing 60 to 70, that's totally fine. I'll just stay on the left. The reason I turned it back on again here is because we've got a wee bit of viewness coming up. I can show you places. There's the Statue of Liberty again over there, which I already showed you on the way here. I'm going to go over the Kingston Bridge here, and from there you will see the Hydro, which is a big concert venue place. The SECC, which is probably still used for concerts, but used to be concerts before. And then the Armadillo, which looks a bit like a really small tinky version of Sydney Opera House. So here we are going over the River Clyde on the Kingston Bridge, and over there, which I'm just going to have to assume that you can see it because I'm not. You can see the Sydney Opera House there in the middle, the bridge, Finiston Quay, and I'm sure you'll see the Hydro just behind that red building, behind the Daily Scum. Maybe you can't see the Hydro. There's a Hydro there. You can actually see it. Right beside the Sydney Opera House. Yeah, so this is centre of Glasgow. Yeah, so Victor Morris is just kind of, I think we're just about to drive over it. Can't be far away from it, and basically all of Glasgow is here. It's not a big place when you're in the centre. And then we're back to the Mitchell Library, which is where I had the video on the way through. So I really can't be bothered going to Asda and buying pants, but to get rid of the nagging girlfriend, it's amazing how effectively she can nag from like 6,000 miles away. Mind you, I'm better off just not getting the pants, and then that'll just, at least that means when she's nagging, it's that one thing that really seems to annoy her just now. I might just leave that on, which means I can pretty much do anything else the rest of the time, nag free. Oh, must be some sort of accident. And we get slowed. Everything just goes wrong. Oh, maybe I should go to Tesco. I'm assuming Tesco probably sells pants, but it also sells Rockstar for $2.50 for a 4-pack. I'll make that decision. One of the joys of living here is just like from here I've got about 6 different routes I can go home that are all kind of about the same length time wise, but depending on what it is I want to go to on my way home. I've got an option coming up where I can go left, which takes me past a massive Tesco through Springburn, where Malcolm Young are from, and Donovan, and I'm sure there's other people that are famous from there. And there's Stowe College. Someone's asked me about Stowe College. I can't remember who it was. They do an HND in music production in Stowe College. If you're into that, I know a couple of people that have done that course. Always seemed a bit of fun. There's the Chinatown area, which is kind of boarded up. I think it was actually just a cash and carry, because there's not really a Chinatown in Glasgow. There are Chinese people, but they don't have their own town. I think maybe they were just allowed to integrate a bit more than they were in other cities and other countries where they're kind of, you go and create your own bit, whereas here, hey, how's it going? I get sweet and sour chicken. It's like, that's probably racist. It's not meant to be. Just generally, I think a lot of the first waves of these people, of the Chinese folk that came here, started opening up restaurants, which probably is very racist. I apologise to anyone of any ethnic origin that isn't here. It's like, of all the white people, the only white people that can really argue to be whiter than us are the Nordics, because Scottish people are white, so white they're actually a pale blue. I felt very much that when I was in, we went to a beach in China, and obviously I was not naked, I was wearing swimming trunks, but I was really feeling pale blue. I really was. Right, do I go to Tesco or do I go to Asda? Tesco or Asda? Tesco or Asda? Tesco or Asda? Decision got to be made, I'm going to this lane. Tesco, right. So I'm assuming Tesco sells pants. It's a big one. This means I can buy my cans of Rockstar, which for anyone who's into, or is in probably Britain, but definitely Scotland, Rockstar, the company, it used to be made by Bar, and they've just sold the rights to Pepsi Cola. So now there's exclusive rights you get from the Co-op, which is the shop which I go to for get my bargains. They're a Coca-Cola place, so places either sell Coke or Pepsi, and there's some sort of legal requirement to cover either one or the other, and because it's no longer made by Bar, it's now made by Pepsi, they're not allowed to sell it. So Rockstar has gone from a lot of shops, but they've not stopped making it, they just now make it. I wonder if it's still made in Glasgow. That was one of the reasons I like Rockstar, apart from the fact the purple one's the best one. Oh, big queue to get out of here. I'm already regretting coming to this Tesco for its busyness. I will mask up Actually, to be fair, I might actually it'd be a good idea to wash my hands through because my fingers are sticky from eating those chips and brown sauce. Yep. So I'll probably, I'll take the camera in with me. I'll put it in my pocket. I might do a wee noodle. That could be good. I'll do a noodle review because I like buying noodles, and pot noodles are kind of alright, but all the ones you get in the Lidl are pants. Like the sort of super noodles, not that kind of noodles. I'm talking about getting the proper, going to the world food section and in a big Tesco or Asda, and then getting the ones that don't even have English on the titles on them. A couple that are just my favourite. I need to buy a lot of them. There's a home bargains in as well. Interesting, I really am just rabbiting on now, aren't I? I'm kind of making up for the fact that the last couple of days I've actually been doing some normal videos. You know, demoing a guitar, demoing a fuzz pedal. Actually, that guy Andy said that the fuzz pedal I was demoing yesterday, the one which had the distortion factory, no, it's not good, must be called the fuzz factory. The ZVEX one, whatever it is. He was like, it sounded pure horrible, and I thought it sounded pure amazing. It was really my sort of thing. I have been looking up, seeing how easy it is to make one. Apparently, it's a modified fuzz face. So these things are ticking around in my brain saying I'm pretty sure that that wee Delamo fuzz is a fuzz face. So I'm wondering if I can add the two knobs in it. The stab, which turned out to be stability, not stabby. Which is a bit disappointing. Okay, right, I shall go and get my pants. Totally bored looking for pants. I'm just going to do the usual and just buy the first ones I see. Other boxer shorts, I don't want boxer shorts. £10, they've got purple on them. Laughing. Sorted. Noodle time. If you're ever feeling really dangerous, try these. Haven't had them for a while, but they're awesome. This is the world. They're good. These are my absolute favourites. Like the spicy, I'll get a couple of them. Like the beef ones. Where's the other one I like? Aha! These are awesome. Get a couple of them. And I get gourmet spicy. I get a couple of gourmet spices. Yeah, so there's my noodle buying advice. Then the hot and spicy ones are better. They're rocking. Right, so this will be the last excerpt of this video. I've decided I'm just going to put it out in 2 videos. I'll just make the first bit till when I got the guitar, the first part of the video, and I'll put that out. That'll definitely make it out at 7. It means I don't need to faff about, and then at some point later in the night, the other one will come out. Yeah, so this bass, which I should talk about, I normally do a wee video when I go home, but I might as well do it in the car because that takes up less time. Yeah, so the headstock's been reshaped a little bit. The body's plywood. The guy spent a bit of money on it. I think he said he set himself like a £20 limit. I think what he said he does was he picks up cheap to free guitars and kind of fixes them up, has a wee bit of fun with them, and then either just gives them to the charity shop, I think, which is probably what I should do, but I don't. I sell them and try and make money so I can afford to live, to eat and stuff like that. For the bucket casters, it's got one jazz bass pickup in it. The original scratch plate looks like it's there. I'm thinking one jazz bass pickup isn't really enough. I'm going to have to do something else with it. I'm thinking I might make a triple bucker. I believe I did that before with a bucky bass. I think that was the first triple bucker I ever made, was basically angle grinding 3 jazz bass pickups and super gluing them together to make a triple humbucker. I think I might do do something like that, or something equally stupid. The base itself looks alright. It's kind of one of those, he's given me a brand new P-base, fully loaded P-base scratch plate with it as well, because he bought that thinking it was a P-base, and I kind of told him it's not a P-base. It is a P-base, but it's not the exact right shape. So that scratch plate will be getting used on something else. I might actually put that on Wayne's Hondo. I'm trying to sell a pure. It's really amazing, but it's a. This guy is a annoying person. He crawled through the lights there a couple of times ago, and he just made it through, and I was like, "You're right." I'm pretty sure that if you just make it through the lights and then you drive at the speed limit and you get to the next set of lights and you just make it through. So he drove at 20 miles an hour and then he started slowing down. I could see the light, lights are at green 100 yards away, and he's just getting slower and slower and slower, and then eventually he did what he wanted, he turned red so he could stop. And he's just done, he keeps doing the same, really annoying. That's kind of by the by though. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what I do, but the base itself actually looks kind of alright. He had a thing, I thought, oh look, it's got new tuners on it, and he was like, no, he used an electro cleaning thing, which was like a wee bucket thing with a plug on it, that apparently, he said you just put like fairy liquid in it and then turn it on. I don't know how that works, but it might be worth having a look at. He said it's for cleaning jewellery, but it definitely seems to be, if one of those things costs like a tenner or something, it's probably worthwhile me getting one, rather than doing my, completely stripping a bridge right down to its individual component parts and then brassoing every single part of it. Probably taking a couple of hours, really. Kind of not worth doing, but I like doing it for my own guitars. Whereas if I've got like an electro thing, also anything that's got electro in the title must be good, I guess. I've got this guy's now stuck behind a tractor, so he will not be wanting to overtake that tractor. Oh no. Big straight bit of road, nothing coming. Nope, I'll sit out so I can't get past. Hugely vicious looking thing on the back of that tractor as well. Something you do not want to crash into. I don't even know. Well, you know what that is, but it's like a minesweeper or something like that. That's the sort of thing you don't want to be crashing into. Look at those spikes going into the ground. They're bouncing off it close to the tarmac. I'm kind of not wanting to chip out big chunks of tarmac that split up onto my windscreen. Yeah, I assume it's probably just a plough. And we're back to where we are in all my videos. I just get sick of driving past Lidl and McDonald's, because whenever I go anywhere, well, unless I'm going to Falkirk, I go past Lidl and McDonald's. I'm at the High Street Industrial Estate, and just there is which a few folk commented on, actually, the wee play park that's got like is it a pig, or it's like a wooden statue, or a concrete statue of a pig doing a dump. Yeah. Rocking. So, see you next week for Tuesday. It'd be nice if I was maybe a little bit quicker with that one, and hopefully can go and find something like maybe on the Monday or the Saturday beforehand. So it's not quite such a rush to try and put it out. Not that I'm really that stressed about it. The idea of splitting it up into 2 videos is probably a good one. So there might be some bits missing from the video you're watching just now because they're in the other video, or vice versa. The GoPro seems to, it's really annoying, it doesn't put things in order. So say I do 10 videos when I'm out in the car, it's like, and then I just put them into the editing machine. What is it? Whoa. I really don't know what that guy's, he's just put the plough down in the middle of the road. Oh, is that his brake? He doesn't have a brake and he's using the plough as a brake. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a I'm not sure how tractors work, whether you're allowed to drive them on the road. I do know tractors never used to have any tax on them, but the government changed that because they found out that farmers were just not bothering having a car and just taking the tractor to the shops to get their food, to get their shopping and stuff. So I think they do now have to pay road tax. but I'm not sure. I'm not really in the situation of really owning a tractor. Jesse's the man for tractors, he'll know how it works. I wonder if he had to, I wonder if he's still got his big tractor. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Okay, rock on, see you next Tuesday.